and welcome to Prudent Media. My name is Sachin Chatte and on this program we take a look at the latest releases. Today we will take a look at Manoj Night Shyamalan's new film called Trap and the new Bollywood film called Ulajh. First, let's take a look at Trap. More often than not, M. Night Shyamalan has flattered to deceive. It has been 25 years since he arrived on the scene with The Sixth Sense, but since then it has been a mixed bag. There have been some decent films like Unbreakable, Signs and The Village, and a string of turkeys including Lady in the Water, The Happening, The Last Airbender and After Earth. With a comeback of sorts with Split in 2016, he tried to redeem himself. His last two features, Old and Knock at the Cabin, had an intriguing premise, but in both the films he dug a hole that was so deep that getting out was always going to be an uphill task. They were somewhat frustrating when the big revelation happened, but at least they were engaging films. Trap is not your typical M. Night Shyamalan film. There is no twist or mystery here, and it is also one of his most subpar films in a decade. The screenplay is so farcical at times that you shake your head in disbelief, and then it gets worse. Imagine there is a life and death situation where a psycho is moments away from attacking you. Will you A. call the police or B. message your driver to call the police? In the world of Trap, the protagonist chooses to do the latter, and that is not the only oddity in a story that takes too many convenient routes. It starts off with some promise. Cooper, played by Josh Hartnett, takes his daughter Riley, played by Ariel Donoghue, to a music concert of Lady Raven, played by Saleka Shyamalan, the elder daughter of the director. And the young girl is a big fan, and of course, Lady Raven is a big star like Lady Gaga. Now, when they go to the arena where the concert is happening, we see cops and SWAT teams along with the FBI hanging around outside the arena, and the dad takes a good look at them. The young girl meanwhile is super excited to be there. While the concert is on, for some strange reason, there are hundreds of people hanging out at the cafeteria, and that is a screenplay flaw, not a plot point. Now imagine a Lady Gaga indoor concert and people hanging out in corridors and other places of the arena, which is very unlikely to happen. Anyway, turns out the whole thing is a trap to catch the butcher, who is a serial killer. There's an audience of 20,600 something people, and the FBI is sure he will show up so that they can catch him. They are ready to take this ultra long shot and deploy so much manpower, and that too in uniform, so that the butcher can spot them from miles away. How do they know he will be there? That we don't know. The FBI team is headed by an expert at profiling serial killers and sociopaths, and she gives instructions in a crisp British accent about what the culprit might do next. For a large part of the film, which is set in the arena, we see pop songs being belted out, and occasionally we see that Cooper is up to something. One of the scenes involves Riley getting on stage with Lady Raven, and it is such a lame scene where Night Shyamalan is seen in a cameo. He very conveniently gets the young girl backstage because of a fabricated story by Cooper. Since the motives and the identity of the butcher is revealed early in the film, if the story then has to go from point A to point B, there has to be some conviction in the path that it traverses. Here, it is inconsistent and flaky. On one hand, we see the whole cavalry ready for him, and a few scenes later, there is no one around. Even an ordinary employee at the merchandise counter knows about this big operation to catch the killer, whose face is unknown, but they know that he has a tattoo on his hand. Towards the end, the mommy issues come to the fore, and we have seen all of this before in a zillion films. One can take a few liberties here and there, but pretty much every moment of this film does that, and that is not cool at all. I'm going to go with 1.5 out of 5 stars for M. Night Shyamalan's new movie called Trap. And now let's take a look at Janhvi Kapoor's new film called Ulajh. Now the good thing about Ulajh is that it's only a little over 2 hours. That way, whatever little flab is there, it becomes bearable than other films which go on and on and on till the cows come home. Bollywood has been attempting to tell offbeat stories or make films with female protagonists as the lead, although this spy thriller genre has always existed. The problem often lies in the detailing of the story and the storytelling itself. On that count, very few films have been able to raise the bar. In Ulajh, Janhvi Kapoor plays Suhana Bhatia, a young diplomat from a family of diplomats. Her father, played by Adil Hussain, is posted to the UN. Suhana's age and gender both are an impediment of sorts when she is appointed Deputy High Commissioner to the UK. She becomes the youngest person to hold that position. Once in the UK, there are members of her own team who think that she has risen in the ranks because of nepotism. It almost appears that Janhvi Kapoor is fighting two battles at the same time here. Sohana carries on talking about trade deals and whatever her job demands, and while her colleagues Jacob, played by Mayank Chang, and Sebin Kutti, played by Roshan Matthew, are not exactly lending her a hand, but she finds an ally in her experienced driver Salim, played by Rajesh Telang. At a party, she bumps across a Michelin star chef Nakul, played by Gulshan Devaya, who mesmerizes her with a sweet talk, and a fling ensues. And then things start heading southwards for her. Ulajh keeps you engaged, especially till the interval, but after that it is not a very consistent film. The curse of the interval strikes, and how. There is the India-Pakistan angle to the story, and hence Sohana gets caught in the mess, and the resolution to it is occasionally contrived and sometimes engaging. Janhvi Kapoor's character is at the center of everything, while everyone else takes a backseat. The story moves between countries, and along with the characters, they also zip across as if they were taking a metro train from one country to another. All in all, Ulajh offers a mixed bag, and I'm going to go with 2 out of 5 stars for Ulajh. Well, that's what I thought of the films that were released this week. Do let us know what you think, and I'll be back with you next week with more movie reviews. Till then, it's goodbye from me.